The Wild have been red hot, of course, coming off of that 7-0 onslaught. They showed the Admirals.
Iowa State playing near flawless in the first half, absolutely demolishing, dismantling, and taking it to K-State in the Farmageddon game.
You got the Principal Charity Classic on one side, and this year they're going with the Des Moines flag on the other. Really cool touch that they've added for all 10,000 fans each day to see as they come out.
I'm a ketchup mustard relish guy. I went around to ask some fans about what they feel about ketchup being on a hot dog. Some said yes, some said no, some were flat out offended. Stephanie, just give it all to me, and I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, you look like you're living the life there.
We have the Iowa National Guard who's going to be out here tonight firing off this big puppy, and I'm going to give you a preview of what that's going to sound like. Go ahead and hit it. Wow. Woo!
Matt Campbell calling this a game of inches. The question remains, though, can Iowa State get on the right side of the inch battle? History was made on Saturday night as the Iowa State Cyclones beat the Oklahoma Sooners for the first time in Ames since 1960. The Ankeny Hawks might as well be called the Heart Attack Hawks. They edged Pleasant Valley by 1 run tonight. Even more of the same, taking on Dubuque Hempstead. Everyone expected a letdown from the Cyclones after their big win over OU last week. Well, they had something to say about that. Up next for the Hawkeyes, a trip out to Champaign, Illinois, but not popping bottles quite yet because they got to take care of a tough Illini squad before coming home to Kinnick Stadium to take on Wisconsin to cap off the regular season.
For the Super Bowl, fans go all out to show their team pride. Jerseys, face paint, and even haircuts.
Between 8 and 10, different teams, even if their team isn't in the Super Bowl, they're still coming in to get their favorite team.
Just steps away from Radio Row is Final Cut Sports Barbershop.
Here at Mall of America, we've been over here a little over a year.
And in Dominic Warren's chair sits 12-year-old James Holton.
I think I might go for the Patriots.
That's who you going for, James?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Tom Brady. Tom Brady won.
So we asked the only barber he's ever known
This is my favorite barber.
to give him a fresh cut with a Super Bowl theme.
Yeah, that was great. So when he actually gave me a call and said, I told him, perfect.
James wanted to go all out.
Eagles, and now I'm also going to put the Patriots sign in there too.
Along with the Roman numerals for Super Bowl 52.
I definitely spent maybe a good hour.
But when it's all said and done, it's a win-win.
I like it. Look like he likes it.
And James says he can't wait to show it off at school.
I just like looking fresh.
And hopefully celebrate a Patriots win on Sunday.
Leland Irving's road to the Iowa Wild has been anything but normal. He's gone from the Calgary Flames to the KHL in Russia, now to Des Moines.
It's been a battle, definitely not the easiest road to further my career.
But at the age of 7, Irving had to face a battle bigger than any his career would present.
We thought it was just like a black fly bite, and it swelled up pretty bad. And, it was actually kind of pushing my ear out a little bit. So we got it checked out at the local hospital, and they didn't find anything at first. But then once I went into the specialist in Edmonton, that's when the results came back that it was cancer.
Irving was diagnosed with rhabdomyosarcoma, a cancer that forms in soft tissue.
It was a tumor on the outside of my skull, and they removed it, and then I went through 13 months of chemotherapy. Being 8 years old, I didn't really understand the impact that cancer could have on my life. I knew I would lose my hair, which I wasn't too worried about.
Leland faced more than a year of chemo head-on, turning to hockey as a welcome distraction.
Yeah, it was probably the thing that might have saved me, throughout the treatments. I played hockey almost every day, whether it was in the basement with my brother or road hockey with friends, and I still competed, played regular minor hockey, and I only missed 1 game and 1 practice because my blood count level was too low, and we couldn't risk any sort of internal bleeding or anything like that. But it just takes your mind away from everything that's going on, and really just allowed me to be a normal 8-year-old.
Irving completed his treatment with the cancer in remission.
We were fortunate to catch it early and didn't have to go through any radiation or anything other than that. 18 years of cancer-free.
The battle with cancer and his love of hockey shaped Irving into the goaltender you see between the pipes
and the man he is away from the ice.
It's tough. Like, you know, you lose a lot of people in this world to cancer, and you know, unfortunately, it's you know, it's a disease that's just part of our world, and you know, we got to deal with it. But I think a key is to stay positive, and you know, that's one thing I'm usually fairly positive. You know, try and just bring a smile to the rink every day, and work hard, and you know, no matter what the situation is, try and take the positives out of it.
It's the first test at Knoxville Speedway for the new SRX race car.
The fine-tuning happening here at Knoxville today is to ensure great racing on June 19th.
The goal here is to find the proper gear, chassis setup, and balance to get all 12 cars identical so that we can have a great race for the fans when we come back.
The man behind the wheel for testing, former Sprint Cup Series driver Ken Schrader, who says this gets back to grassroots racing.
We didn't have a dirt car, an asphalt car, a road course car. This is a race car, a full-bodied race car. This is the way it was. This is like it should be. You know, just you got a race car, you go race it.
The SRX Series consists of 6 races at tracks that reflect the same sentiment.
These tracks are special to me. Knoxville is a special place in my heart there, and in the places that we're going. So it is one of those, you know, you just can't beat the grassroots short track fans, and we're bringing superstars to them.
Tony Stewart, Elio Castroneves, Bill Elliott, Bobby Labonte, to name a few. And also,
we're taking a local hero again. Yeah. Brian Brown, he gets to be the Rocky. He's going to have the Rocky Balboa shot here, you know, and they better watch out, because Brian's liable to put the champions on their butt just like Rocky did.
Obviously used to racing a wing sprint car at 150 mile an hour around here, and then now obviously I'm going to hop into a stock car that I really don't know anything about.
So for Brown, today was all about soaking up as much knowledge as he could. Still, racing is racing.
At the end of the day, it still has a couple pedals and 4 tires in the steering wheel. You're going to have to adapt like you would any other racetrack or any different facility. So I'm looking forward to that, and looking forward to representing all dirt track racing, and especially Knoxville Raceway against these guys.
Don't think Brown is out there just for show either.
My heart is probably, once we get closer to race day, is going to be the competitive juices are going to get flowing. Obviously, I'm going to want to win. So you definitely just want to compete, not embarrass yourself, and if you can be up in that top 2, 3 towards the end, who knows what can happen. You might be able to pull one off for the local guys.